You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Ferris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris. Dan, how you doing on a Monday?
Well, not just Monday. Welcome to August.
I know. It's my mother's birthday today. I should call her.
Crash
Somebody remind me.
It's wait a minute. What?
My mom's birthday today.
Barb?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of tight with your mom.
I know. She's
I'm
pretty
kind of
cool.
tight with your mom.
Well,
She was here last week.
She's
and
a Leo. I'm a Leo. She's a Leo. I'm an August baby.
She was here last week, and I completely forgot to wish her a happy birthday while she was here. So now I gotta.
You're a bad son.
I'm a terrible son. And as soon as she got here, I left, which was even worse.
That was pretty bad.
Wow.
I didn't mean to.
Left to go hang out
John.
with a comedian.
Yeah, I know. I had stuff to do. I'm
Because
sorry.
she's not going to be around forever.
I know. I feel
John.
bad.
right.
I'm calling her. You know what? You guys just do the rest of the show without me.
I'm calling my mom.
mother.
Wow. Holy cow. It's and I normally wouldn't bring this up, but this is it's kind of special with us because we have a special recipe. It's an exclusive.
Yeah.
Really, it's National Homemade Pie Day.
Yes, we do have a
Homemade
special
Day.
pie.
Do I dare even explain this?
No.
John, no.
No.
I don't want to take the calls.
Okay.
You know exactly what would happen.
I do, yeah.
Well, just know this. It's a tasty
good.
pie.
It's a great pie.
It's probably a very distasteful named pie.
It's an extremely bad taste, and that's why we love it.
But it tastes great.
All right.
Let's not go into what it's called. You can call and talk to Heidi. She'll tell you. And she'll love telling you.
Get in there and bake your buns off. Birthdays today. Let's see here. You know him, you love him, ladies and gentlemen. He is, in fact, Aquaman Jason Momoa is 43 today.
Jason Mimosa.
I don't get the fascination with that guy.
He seems like a
go
neat dude.
nuts over him,
Yeah.
and I was like, eh.
No, was he married or was he just hanging out with Lisa Bonet?
They were married, but I believe they are divorced
Because she had
or
kids
going
with
through a
Lenny
divorce.
Kravitz, and now
Yeah.
they're getting divorced now too.
I believe so.
Are they? I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I don't really keep up on any of that stuff.
Well, he'll probably end up with J-Lo in 18 months.
Probably.
It's
You need a program to
It
keep
is
up
his
to
turn.
this stuff.
Yeah, so it's probably.
Well, happy birthday to Jason. Founder, frontman, guitar player, Grateful Dead, Jerry Garcia.
Oh yeah, he was a neat
Also
dude.
Yeah.
born this day. And his little tie-dye. And his
Died a little too early, didn't he?
You know, he was missing the tip of one of his fingers,
Was he really?
which is why when he played the scales, he missed every third note.
I think that's accurate.
Research, people.
I don't believe most of what you say anymore,
Why
Dan.
I'm here.
I fall for it way too often. That's the problem.
Leon Ivey Jr. is 59 today.
Leon Ivey.
You know him as Coolio.
Okay.
Coolio.
You're telling me Coolio is not his given name?
It is not.
Leon.
Leon Ivey Jr., who doesn't get down to the funky beat of Ghetto Square Dance
Oh, yeah.
in the Hood.
Oh, yeah.
And on my ringtone, it's always Gangsta's Paradise.
It really is. It's a good tune, man.
Always. Coolio, 59
Been
today.
spending most of my life.
59.
Yeah.
Wow.
Paradise.
Huge day in history. Let's see where to go here. 1941, the very first Jeep is produced.
Okay.
What year? 41?
1941, military duty, World War II, and they ended up with an access. Great story, because you get a product, and say people get kind of tired of the product. You just invent a new usage for it. The Jeep would become the first, marketed as, seriously, the American public, the very first SUV.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
General purpose. GP.
Yeah.
General purpose. That's
Sometimes
just
the military
Jeep.
will do that. Look what they did with the Humvee. That was strictly
Yeah.
military. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, let's tone this down a little bit.
Right?
Take
Yeah.
the guns off it. Call it a Hummer. And
Although I do feel like it would have sold better if they had left the guns.
I
Well,
tried to put
absolutely.
a turret on the roof of ours, and Heidi said no.
Not easy. 1953. Hey, thanks, California. This day, 1953, California introduces a little gimmick called the sales tax.
Oh, they started
Thanks,
that.
California.
Earmarked it for education because that's where
Yeah, that's
all
how they
these
always
things
get
go.
ya.
And yet we get dumber by the day. It's crazy, isn't it? It was 1774. English chemist Joseph Priestley discovers oxygen.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
How do we breathe before that?
That is still that's a mystery, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like Joseph goes, oh, here it is. Here's it. Inhale. What? What?
That's pretty cool, though.
Actually, he isolated it in its gaseous state.
Oh,
so you could actually see it. Go and see. This is it, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is it. And in 1981, Game Changer, MTV premieres.
Oh, man, that was so awesome.
12:01 a.m. Buggles.
Yeah.
Video.
Killed the radio star.
The first video. What was the second? Do you remember?
Pat Benatar.
Pat Benatar.
You Better Run.
Yeah.
Rod Stewart, number 3, She Won't Dance With Me. The Who, You Better You Bet.
The Who?
The 4th, yep. The Who. And 5th video on MTV back in 1981. This day, PhD with Little Susie's on top.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was, oh man, that station.
It was a game changer
I didn't
for a generation. Oh, yeah.
I didn't have that until like 88 or something. We didn't have that.
Well, you grew up in Huron, and they just got into our plumbing. So.
Yeah, they said, let's get all the plumbing done first, then we'll get some cable TV. So I did not. I didn't have it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch those first few videos.
Kind of the same thing. You and Little House on the Prairie girl used to date.
Melissa Gilbert.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Used to
We're tight.
date.
We're real tight.
John.
I did talk
talks about his childhood. I was like
I did talk to her a
like
month
he
and
was
a half
raised
ago.
by wolves in the woods or something.
Pretty much. Had to go to the well to get our water. You know, the usual. You didn't have that?
John.
I get to keep the classroom warm by lighting things on fire. You know, the usual.
Unbelievable. I know, you know. We all poor John. We could just bounce ahead.
Gonna do that. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
Whoa, what's going on here?
It's your Mintervention, sweetie.
My what?
I'm with Mint Mobile. Your family and friends are concerned about your expensive wireless plan.
I don't even have Mint Mobile.
And we want to fix that. Right now, you're paying too much. With Mint Mobile, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month.
Really?
Yeah. Get nationwide coverage for less. Plans start at just $15 a month.
Learn more now at mintervention.com. Coverage not available in all areas. New activation and a 3-month plan required. Additional restrictions may apply. See terms at mintervention.com. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with our guest today. We have Certified Chief Happiness Officer Tia Graham. How you doing, Tia?
Hi, I'm great. Good morning.
Well, you certainly sound happy. That's a good start, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, you've got a new book out, Be a Happy Leader. Let's talk about this book.
Yes, so this book gives leaders and executives my 8-step methodology to use the science of happiness and prioritize their own well-being, which will make them more successful. And then it also gives strategies and tools on how to increase the happiness of your employees and your team so your business is more successful, and gives leaders tools so that they can be really productive and efficient so that they don't have to be working all of the time. And the book is also filled with personal stories and other people's stories. And so it's a really fun read, and I think is what I'm hearing from it is jam-packed with tools that people can use immediately.
And the nice thing is, people want to be around happy people, and they don't necessarily want to be around unhappy people.
Yes.
So it's a good idea to just do everything you possibly can to be happy, right?
Well, yes, and everyone also cares about professional success. You know, working people listening want to be successful. And so the research shows that when you are happy and you're well, now this is not about being joyful every second of the day, right? Everyone has bad days and bad weeks, of course. We're all human. But more often than not, if you're happy and well, you as a leader, you as a working professional are going to be more productive. If you're in sales, you're going to sell more. You're going to be more creative and innovative. You're going to have happier customers. You're going to have less turnover. So it directly impacts your, you'll get promotions more, et cetera. There's a lot of research that directly connects it to professional and business success.
A lot of the time when you think about people that are happy, they just kind of put off this aura of happiness, and then the people around them are happy as well. So as a leader, if you're projecting happiness, chances are a lot of the people on your team will probably have a better day, and they'll be happier too, won't they?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. So emotions are contagious. You know, the way that you feel, the way that you make people feel, it absolutely will positively affect other people, and then the ripple effect continues. And the research shows that leaders not only affect their employees, but they actually affect their employees' family. So if you have a toxic leader, you could be negatively affecting someone's spouse and children. So there's actually this ripple effect out into society as well.
And nobody wants that. You want your team and you want the team's family to all look at, the leader and look at you as a positive, happy, a good place to go every day, rather than, spending 8 hours of your day somewhere that you don't even really want to be.
Right. Exactly. And leaders are facing a lot these days. There's a lot of challenges, whether it be hybrid work from home, flexibility, you name it, right? The world of work is changing so quickly. And then also the great resignation and reset. And so leaders need to know that they have a lot of influence for keeping their team together and keeping the employees that they want in their company and on their team. And they can do that by prioritizing their own happiness and then also putting together strategies, for the happiness of their team. There's a lot that leaders can do and without having to pay people more.
Over the last few years, I'm sure your life has been a little bit different because you're a keynote speaker and you get out and speak a lot. And in 2020, the whole world kind of shifted. How did that change? Were you doing like a lot of things through Zoom, or how did that change your life?
Yeah, overnight I had to pivot my whole business. I had never done speaking or leadership programs virtual before. Everything was in person. So I'm part of the National Speakers Association, and there's a lot of tools that were shared quickly and pivoted everything to virtual. So, over the last 2 years or so, I've been giving keynote talks and doing leadership development programs and, executive retreats all over Zoom. And now I do a combination of in-person and Zoom. And
it was hard to get used to once all that stuff was done and being out. It's like now when you do these, you got to wear pants again. I mean, it's you can't just wear pajamas on the bottom anymore.
I know, and shoes. It's quite a pain.
Yeah, exactly. If folks would like to find your book, Be a Happy Leader, where can we find this, Tia?
Yes, so people can go to my website, arriveathappy.com, or it's also available anywhere that you buy books, Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, etc. And then also, if you go to my website, Arrive at Happy, you can actually listen to the first chapter. I have the first chapter of the audiobook available for free. So people just want to go listen to the first chapter, they can do that right now by going to arriveathappy.com.
Very nice. Tia, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Again, Tia Graham, founder of Arrive at Happy, AAH. You can find her online at arriveathappy.com.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many of our guests. This year, we have more icons and more fun. Culture Club, The Cult, Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Gramm, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort in Cancun, Mexico. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting on this Monday?
These situations have been kind of boggling what's left of my mind for years, actually. A company will make a misstep or something will happen with a major corporation, say a pharmaceutical company.
Canceled.
A communications company or whatever. Oh. And somehow the government will step in and then the courts will step in and go, you know what? You have to pay this much money.
Right.
Yeah. Who do those fines go to?
It's usually just some weird arbitrary amount pulled out of Lord knows where. T-Mobile is just finishing up. It just happened with them. T-Mobile, there was a data breach.
Oh, really?
Last year actually affected about 80 million, 90 million customers.
So it's a couple. It's a few.
They had been hacked, actually.
Wow.
T-Mobile has now agreed to pay $350 million to settle multiple class action suits for that data breach. So that affected millions. They've also agreed to invest an additional $150 million on cybersecurity through the end of next year.
And they're going to change their password.
So you
From
look
1,
at
2, 3, 4 to something.
So
else.
the payout with all the class action suits, and again, it's tens of millions of former or even present customers. T-Mobile's $350 million will go into a fund covering payments to members as well as legal and
That's what I was just going to say. The majority of that goes to the lawyers.
So if this actually affected you,
you'll get your check for 28 cents.
9 months, $1.57 right around there somewhere. Maybe you get a coupon for discount, another
free bag of popcorn if you stop into the store.
You get nothing.
Yeah.
You ever
But
been a
the
part of one of
lawyers
those?
did well.
The part of what, John?
Or like a class action, like...
Oh, yeah. I've gotten summonses on that stuff.
I've gotten some things. One time, I guess we sued Google. I don't know what it was for, but I was like, hey, and I got an email through my Gmail. Like, did you want to sue Google with us?
Heck yeah.
And I just thought it was the most ridiculous thing. I'm like, I got this in my Gmail. I'm pretty sure they know what's going on here. So I was like, I'll do that. I'll do that. It's kind of...
Gmail send you a thing saying, would you like to sue Google?
So I signed up for it, and I got a check for like $2.63.
Yeah, that's kind of what
But it was a multiple $1 million settlement, and then the law offices got like multiple millions, and then everybody involved less than $5.
That's what I mean. This
funny.
The story I'm reading from literally ends with legal and administrative fees.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
And if there's anything left, you poor schmucks that were affected by this, here you go. Move on. Nothing
You
more to
didn't
see
need a new
here.
identity, by the way, but here you go. Here's $8.
Again, I always find it interesting when I come across this stuff.
I do too.
It's like, what is this based on? Nobody knows. We're just doing it.
I can see why you find it interesting. Dan, thank you for that. That's very interesting.
Hey, my pleasure again. Happy August and homemade pie day.
Absolutely. We will talk to you tomorrow, sir.
Right on. Appreciate it.
It is the John and Heidi Show Bonus Hour with Dan Ferris.
What can I say that I haven't already said about BetterCreditCards.com? It's a website. You go there to get a better credit card. Okay, that's really probably all I need to say for most of you, but I still have time left, so how about this? At BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Monday, August 1st, 2022. Equity markets rebounded last week following better-than-expected commentary from Fed Chief Jerome Powell. The FOMC hiked interest rates by only 75 basis points and indicated the pace of interest rate hikes could slow over the next two meetings. The bad news is the PCE index bellied that sentiment by rising to the highest level in 30 years, as the pace of consumer-level inflation accelerates. The takeaway is that near-term headwinds are priced into the market, but long-term headwinds are still present and getting stronger. This week will be another hurdle for the market in regard to both economic data and the earnings. The economic data includes several key reads, but topping the list is the non-farm payroll report. The report is expected to show a slowdown in the pace of hiring and wages, which is mixed news indeed. As for earnings, reports from another 20 to 30% of the S&P 500 are expected over the next 5 days. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at MarketBeatMinute.com.